What if Pinocchio was never meant to teach kids don't lie? What if it was meant to scare them into obedience so hard that the original story literally kills him when he refuses to fall in line? You know the soft version. An old man carves a puppet, a blue fairy appears, a nose grows, and being good turns him into a real boy. Neat, safe, marketable. But the first Pinocchio was not safe. It was written in the 1880s in Italy as a warning that a child who skips school, distrusts authority, and chases freedom will be punished until he breaks or dies. So let's go back to the puppet's first life, before Disney, before songs, before cute sidekicks. This is when he appeared as a newspaper serial called The Story of a Puppet. Italy had just unified, and it was anxious. Poverty was everywhere. Illiteracy was common. Adults were terrified their children would stay wild and the country would never become modern. School was not just education, it was a factory for citizens. And into that fear, Carlo Collodi introduces a piece of wood that does not behave. Before Geppetto even finishes carving, the wood groans. It talks back, it mocks him. This is not a sweet, wide-eyed child waiting to learn. This is the nightmare child, restless, loud, uncontrollable. The moment Pinocchio can move, he runs. He does not make mistakes. He rejects the whole idea of being corrected. And then he meets the detail Disney had to soften the most, the talking cricket. In the movie, Jiminy is charming, a conscience in a top hat. In the book, the cricket is blunt. He warns Pinocchio, disobedience leads to hunger, prison, death. Listen, learn, obey. Pinocchio's response is a hammer. He throws it. The cricket hits the wall and dies. Pinocchio does not learn from his conscience. He deletes it. That single moment tells you what Collodi is doing. This is not a story about honesty. It is a story about control, about what happens when a child refuses the voice inside him that says, "Sit still." And the punishments come fast. One night, Pinocchio falls asleep too close to a fire. He wakes up to the smell of burning wood and looks down to find his feet are gone, burned away. Not a bruise, not a lesson, a disability. The world does not correct him gently. The world takes pieces of him. Then come the shortcuts, because poor kids are offered shortcuts the way drowning people are offered ropes. Two con men, the fox and the cat, promise him a miracle. Plant your coins in a field of miracles, and they will multiply. You will never be hungry again. You will never be powerless again. Pinocchio believes them. Of course he does. So he follows them into the forest. And this is where the original story goes, black. The trees close in, night drops like a lid. The fox and the cat stop smiling. They chase him, beat him, and throw a rope over a branch. They hang him from a tree. And Collodi ends the chapter with Pinocchio dangling, tongue out, vision fading, like a warning sign for every child reading at the edge of a bed. That was supposed to be the ending. The puppet dies. Disobey and you don't get a second chance. But readers revolted. Kids cried. Editors begged Collodi to continue. So he resurrected Pinocchio and kept going. And that twist, the fact that he was meant to die, reveals the real purpose of the book. It wasn't written to entertain children. It was written to discipline them. Disney keeps the famous set pieces, but Collodi's versions are crueler. The puppet theatre is not a fun adventure. The puppet master Mangiafuoco is a real threat. He considers using Pinocchio as firewood to cook his dinner. Your tears do not guarantee mercy. In this world, adults can decide your fate because they are stronger. And then there is the fun place, Pleasure Island. In Disney, it is scary but playful. Boys smoke, drink, wreck things, and turn into donkeys. In Collodi's Land of Toys, the transformation is the point. The story treats play as rebellion. Skipping school is treason. Treason turns you into livestock. your body becomes what adults already think you are: stubborn, useless, meant to be harnessed. You are sold, worked, exploited, discarded. Disney races toward hope. Collodi lingers on the punishment. So why did Disney rewrite it? Because you can't build a family empire on a story where the hero kills his conscience and gets hanged like a criminal. But Collodi's Italy could. His message is blunt. If you want to survive, you obey. You study, you work. You stop chasing the forest and start walking. The road adults paved. Only then, after the wildness has been carved away, does the fairy turn him into a real boy. Imagine a child in 1881, candlelight flickering, reading the latest installment out loud while adults listen too. Not for fun, for control. Every page says the world is cruel, and if you're reckless, it will swallow you. That's the dark secret of Pinocchio. Becoming real isn't discovering yourself, it's becoming acceptable. And that's why the lie-nose thing stuck. It's a perfect distraction. We remember the cute punishment for dishonesty, and we forget the bigger lesson: don't resist the system that's raising you. So the next time you see Pinocchio, on a poster, in a remake, as a childhood icon, remember the first version. A talking piece of wood that refuses to behave. A conscience killed with a hammer. Feet burned off in the night. A rope over a branch. A story that tried to scare children into obedience and almost ended with the puppet dead. If you want more hidden histories behind the stories we grew up with, subscribe to Childhood Shadows. Comment with the next innocent character you want me to unmask.